Hi there, we're going to talk now resisting persuasion. So how can we do it? Because as you know, there's advertising everywhere we turn. It's on the net, it's on the phone, it's on the bus stop bench, it's everywhere you turn. Pretty soon I'm going to start wearing an advertisement on, I'm making extra. Didn't get a raise this year, so I have to find some way. I'll be a walking billboard. Yeah, there's even some idiots that have gotten tattoos of a company on their forehead. Wow, dumb. Okay, so if you want to resist persuasion, before you encounter somebody else's arguments, make a public commitment to your position. By making a public commitment, what you're doing is you are greatly increasing the cost of being persuaded. Okay? You make a public commitment and say, I believe that this candidate is an idiot. Therefore, when you're then exposed to the arguments to support that candidate, it will be far more costly to you to make that change. Okay? We can attack a person's belief with a weak. No, that's I'm going to talk about that on. In fact, here this is basically a version of attitude inoculation. In the same kind of a way, our immune system gets stronger by being attacked. All right, this is a fact that what you're supposed to do is an immunization is basically a low dose of the disease, and your immune system learns from attacking the low dose. And so, in the same kind of a way, before you get exposed to a full-on persuasive message, kabam in your face, first you get inoculated. You get challenged with some weak attacks. Okay. As an example here, there was children to inoculate them against the pressure of smoking. So maybe they'll show an advertisement implying a woman was liberated. That was you've come a long way, baby. What was that? It was Virginia Slims. Virginia Slims cigarettes. Their advertising campaign has a woman. You come a long way, baby. And yeah, they made them real skinny to make them like feminine or something. And yeah, it was like, look at how liberated you are. This ad campaign was run in the relatively early 70s up through the mid to late, and even into the 80s. And it played well in the time of women's lib. Okay, so they were really playing on the women's lib movement, and so they were taught she's not really liberated if she's hooked on tobacco. Uh, that's true. That makes sense. Or they did role playing, where, one says, oh, have a smoke. Why don't you have one? Chicken? And so the kid is taught, I'd be a real chicken if I smoked just to impress you. All right. So before they get to high school, when they're going to get exposed to these peer pressure of persuasion to smoke. And you see what happened is they looked at this study here from 7th grade up through ninth grade. And they found at the inoculated school, only about 5% of the ninth graders were smoking, but at the control school, 15% were smoking. So that's a fairly effective method right there, if it's not too much. We find that some parts of the world realize that persuasion, everybody's persuadable, but children are much more so, okay? And children are far more likely to be persuaded by a peripheral route. And so what do we have there? Is that a Muppet trying to sell us a fruity cereal? Sugary cereal? I bet you there's no fruit in there. Sugary cereal. Look at this. In America, the average child sees 10,000 commercials a year. I totally agree with that. For a couple of years, I actually had cable. What a dumb thing to do, all right? Cut the cable, man. And so my kids were truly exposed to that many. I know it. This is Disney Channel. In fact, Irma Bombeck, again, you're probably too young out there in that side of the computer screen, but she was a famous satirist, a comedian, but not really a comedian, a satirist. Kind of like Mark Twain, a satirist. So, in general, my children refuse to eat anything that hasn't danced on television. Like it, okay? So, again, children can be inoculated, in a sense, inoculated by watching television advertising with an adult and analyzing the ads with the grown-ups, where the grown-ups point out, here, take a look, this is a false promise. They they make it look like if you eat this brand of cereal that your life will truly be better. But you know that cereal is really not gonna change your life, son. It's not a life-changing event. So persuasion is all around us. This is one of my favorite articles, favorite of all time. I love this. I think it was Time Magazine. I'm not 100% certain. But look at this. They talked about zones of seduction and different ways that, in this case, grocery stores convince you, persuade you, right? Because it is a persuasion topic. They persuade you to buy more stuff, okay? Again, the act of persuasion is not to change your attitude. It is to change your behavior, or more specifically, spend more money, right? And so you're going to have to read all of the details on this because it's way too small. But here it is. Check this out. What happens is, okay, so they're pushing their shopping cart, and it's a smooth linoleum floor, and people are walking faster. And so then what they did was they put in a parquet floor. And what happens is the parquet floor causes the shopping cart to go ding, 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 ding. All right, so you slow down, okay, because that way it's less ding, ding, jumpy. So we've slowed you down by, they even measured it, went down by, measured, oh, okay, they didn't tell me. And so not only does this parquet floor force you to slow down the shopping cart, but the parquet floor also gives the illusion of quality. Because a parquet floor is of a higher quality than a linoleum floor, and so all of a sudden the products around that all of a sudden just improve. Okay, my wife, all right, here's my wife. She believes if a product comes from Walmart, it's garbage. The exact same product from Target is somehow better. I have no idea why, but she believes that it's the atmosphere, okay? And so if the atmosphere is suddenly, and so now we're finding that places like Kroger have their signature stores, and so it's like, it's not about the product anymore, it's about the atmosphere, it's about the sell. Okay, so now, check it out. Campbell's soup, $1.95 maximum, 3 cans per customer. Already talked about it. People respond well to scarcity, okay? And there it is. She grabs 3 cans, all right? So lo and behold, as soon as they put limit or maximum 3 cans, they sell more food. Serious. So I don't know if you call that food. And so it triggers, a hoarding instinct inside of us, okay? So now I got to read some of the small ones under my head. I'm trying to remember. I know this one. The maximum, okay. On the first day of the experiment, 1 in 103 purchased soup. Today, 1 in 14. Okay, that's 7 times. Okay, a dollar sign. This is crazy. You notice up there it says 1.95, and there's no dollar sign. If you put a dollar sign in front of that thing, what you do is you start to make people think about the money that they will lose. Okay? And because that's really what it is. It's a trade-off. I will lose $1.95. I will gain a can of soup. Do I think this is a valuable trade? Okay? Well, it turns out that if you have a dollar sign in the front, then all of a sudden I lose $1.95 has more weight in your decision-making process. Wrong slide. What? Where is it? Larger cart, floor tiles. No, okay, I can't even remember anything else. So you can read the rest of it. But what an amazing idea that they've got these tricks to persuade you. Hint, hint, change your behavior. Hint, hint, spend more money, okay? And so very clearly some of the different techniques that they use in grocery stores, some of them are very, very simple. Number one, you put, say for example, I'm sorry ladies, feminine care products, you put them in your store as far away from groceries as you can. You do not put them anywhere. You want to make sure by the time a shopper goes and sees groceries that they will not have that image in their mind, okay? They will put things on an end cap. End caps will be much more persuasive, not just the visibility, but being on the end cap makes it more important, okay? So there's a lot of different persuasive messages out there, and it's up to us to see what we can do to maybe inoculate ourselves from that. All right, so that's what I got on topic 8. And so I will see you on topic 9. All right, see you in a while.